Well, with spring and summer come new ways to hopefully fill the freezer. And that also means that it's time to head into the kitchen to clean out anything that might be left over from your winter adventures. Well, one of the great things about being here on Delmarva is there are plenty of opportunities to get out and harvest wild game. And another thing that we really love about being here is coming up with different ways to prepare what we bring home. And joining me now is Karen Breimer of Rehoboth, Maryland. Hey, Karen.
Nice to have you.
All right, Karen, great to be here. And what are you going to prepare for us today?
Today we're doing local duck and all of the fixings. So come on, let's go in the kitchen and get started.
Sounds great. Let's do it.
So we're taking bacon grease. Yes, bacon drippings. Forget all the calories. Forget all the healthy foods. Today we're talking about flavor on the Eastern Shore. We are then going to brown these beautiful ducks caught by my brother, Bruce Ramsey. Nice, fat, yellow. They have been soaking in salt water, and salt water helps draw some of the blood out. It gives them a little extra flavor. And when you hear that sizzle, that's a good sound. I add salt and pepper, that's it. Maybe throw a clove of garlic, but my husband doesn't like garlic. He doesn't realize it, but he eats it more frequently than he's aware of. And Eastern Shore has an old saying called, we're going to cook them down. And that means we're just going to brown them, take them out, put them back in the pot, add a little vino, add a little chicken stock, and then put all of our vegetables around it, and probably cook it 3 or 4 hours until they're nice and the meat pulls away from the bone. Now we're turning them again, and see, we're getting that color that we want. I have just onions, I have rutabagas, and then I have good old potatoes. You know, there's nothing fancy about cooking ducks. It's just Eastern Shore goodness. Now, Andrew, that's the color I want. And that will make your gravy very brown. It will add more flavor to your gravy. And that's what cooking ducks are. It's all about layers of flavor. We're gonna have bacon grease, we're gonna have chicken stock, we're gonna have wine, we're gonna have some water, and just cook it down. You wanna fill your pot as full as you can so that all cooks down and you have a depth of flavor. You don't wanna add just a little bit of stock and then keep adding water, keep adding, then it takes away from the flavor of your gravy. There's my color. That's what I'm looking for. Sometimes you have nice, tender, fat ducks. Sometimes they're bony, they're old, they're tough, but you don't know that until you cook them. Let them cool just a little bit. Comes the third one. Look at that nice color. That's just what I'm looking for.
After getting the G word out of the pot, Karen adds some wine and chicken stock to prepare to cook them down.
You want to add as much liquid now as you can, instead of adding and adding and adding, because every time you do that, you're depleting your actual flavor. A little more salt and pepper. Stuff onions in the cavities, and I'm being nice when I say the cavities. We're going to return those to the pot, put the rutabagas in, and then we're going to add some potatoes. I'm going to put the lid on. I'm going to turn it up on high until I know it reached boiling. Then I'm going to cut it back, very low, simmer. And that's called cooking it down. Now I'm going to cut that back, let that simmer. Now I've had a taste of my cup of courage. We're going to make puffy dumplings. Got a cup of flour, more salt, but flour doesn't have a lot of flavor without salt. So now you want a teaspoon of baking soda. I take my fork again, just like you're making a pie crust, and you work that Crisco in until it looks like baby peas. So I'm going to add cold water in the middle. You don't want to overwork. You just want to treat these like they're one of your grandchildren. Do not knead and knead and knead. You see, I've hardly touched it.
Karen brings the pot back to a boil to cook the dumplings for 15 minutes. The turnip greens and stewed tomatoes are complementing the duck and dumplings, and now it's time to eat.
Oh, look how that pulled away. I mean, that's just perfect.
No, it is very good. Oh, man. That's really good, Karen.
Some will camouflage it with like orange marmalade and whatnot, and I just like the taste of duck.
I like the dumplings, too.
Do you?
Almost wish I had two now. I'll take one of yours.
Andrew, finished product. Here's to you, WBOC, and get outdoors, Delmarva.